Hi, I'm Tanya Smith, President and founder of Turpentine Wildlife Refuge. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about Priscilla. When we got back and we were unloading Priscilla, I mean, just by looking at her, you could really tell that she was pregnant.
Rosie, Jinx, and Dodge, the first few days of their life, we didn't get to see them really well. We put a camera on the den, and then it became apparent that these three little guys had some problems.
After about 4 or 5 weeks, take the cubs from Priscilla to try to treat these problems. You can definitely check out our other documentary on the cubs and all of what we all went through and they all went through.
One of the most frustrating things for sanctuaries is when we receive these animals and we know that if they were just educated enough or cared enough to make sure the animals got a proper diet, that the health of the animal would be so much better.
One of those medical conditions we were dealing with was that the 2 males were cryptorchid, and what that means is that their testicles did not descend into their scrotum like they're supposed to.
Because only one had dropped, we had put off the neutering of the animals until both had dropped.
But the fact that we did have to keep putting them on the back burner, wasn't as big of a deal because other cats took higher priority at that point, and we figured we had years before they would reach sexual maturity. So we did check those facts. There are numerous references going back to the 1960s that showed, that tigers do tend to reach sexual maturity. Again, the females earlier at 3 years of age, the males at 4 to 5 years of age.
It wasn't long before both of the boys, the males, were just huge. At nearly 2 years old, they were definitely bigger than their mother, Priscilla, and definitely a handful. We
did Dodge's neuter first. He was 385 pounds, so almost 400 pounds. He's weighs more than a lot of the male tigers we have here. And then Jinx was a whopping 465 pounds. I mean, that is a large 2-year-old tiger. Your average male 2-year-old tiger that we've seen here in practice and that you can look up in the books, I mean, usually 200 to 300, anything over 300 is kind of pushing it. But ours always tend to be between 250 to 290. And then we fast forwards to September.
Because these animals seem to be bred at these breeding facilities, I feel like it's actually sped up the process of the breeding to happen. Dodge was already neutered. Jinx was the last to get neutered. Jinx had gotten Priscilla pregnant and she produced 2 little cubs, a little strawberry cat and a little white cat named Butch and Chaz.
The only thing that comes to my mind is impossible. Got the call. There were 2 cubs found in Priscilla's den, and I just kept saying impossible. Been at the sanctuary for over 25 years, and impossible. We took every measure necessary, and it happened.
When you think of their history and them coming from the Tiger King Park, notorious for speed breeding and just churning out cubs after cubs after cubs, unnaturally selecting for tigers that matured at much younger ages. And that unnatural evolution leads to a 2-year-old tiger being 465 pounds and having viable sperm.
All the stuff that we've built up to be one of the best sanctuaries, we wanted to let all of our colleagues know, and then we decided to have an online call with some of the top donors, and the support was definitely needed and unexpected. How we felt inside was a little broken, and everybody, the outpouring support was phenomenal. We're still, doing our best every single day. Butch and Chaz are part of Turpentine Creek and will be for the rest of their life. And we want you to remember Priscilla like we do every day and help support them and make them one of your favorites as we move forward in their journey of life here at Turpentine Creek.